Okay, welcome back, students, from your weekend. And today's been a beautiful day. It's been snowing, and today is the Super Bowl, and it's going to begin shortly. And for the Super Bowl, I have prepared a recipe for you. And since we're discussing cooking and nutrition, we want to discuss a recipe that I'm going to make with you. It's called Sloppy Joe's. Now, this particular recipe for Sloppy Joe's is a combination of ground beef. Okay, with this recipe, I am planning on increasing the nutrition level of the recipe. And how am I going to do that? Well, we're starting off with our protein. Very, very important protein. Where does the protein come from? Our beef. Okay, a lot of high quality protein. But what we want to do is we're going to add vegetables and increase the nutrient value, the nutrient density of our recipe. Well, how do we do that? Very simply. Okay, what are we going to add to the recipe that has good nutrients for us to eat? Now remember, nutrients is the food that we eat, we take into our body, and the body uses those nutrients in order for proper body functioning. So what I'm going to add to the recipe is plant-based. Okay, when we talk about plant-based, what does plant-based mean? Okay, that means the all-natural foods that are grown. Okay, your fruits, your vegetables. And in this particular instance, I'm going to add vegetables with high nutrient density. So come on over here. Let's take a look at my mise en place. Now, we talked about mise en place. Mise en place is the gathering of our ingredients. Put everything together, making sure that we are organized at all times. Okay, very, very important. Okay, so right over here, I have my mise en place. I have all of my ingredients here together, and they are ready to go. All right, so as you can see, my high quality protein, which is our ground beef, right? And seasoning, Worcestershire sauce, okay, red wine vinegar, and brown sugar, dark brown sugar. And to the brown sugar, I've added steak seasoning. All right, remember, steak seasoning, beef, go together. You've got it. All right, so the nutrient addition that I'm adding is mushrooms, onions, red bell pepper, garlic. All right, and this is going to add additional nutrients to our recipe. So that all comes with planning out your recipe. What can I do to add additional nutrition to my recipe? Is very, very important. It goes a long way, and we know that beef contains high quality protein, but beef also contains fat and cholesterol. Okay, we're going to talk about cholesterol, the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. So what can we substitute instead of beef? I want you to think about that. So we have our high quality. So what is lower in cholesterol? What other meat can we use? We can use ground chicken. We can use ground veal. Okay? And also, if you are a vegetarian, very, very important that we can use seitan. Seitan is soy protein, which tastes like beef, also high quality protein. So I don't want to exclude any of the people out there who are veg oriented. All right, so don't feel excluded. So we have our veg, and we're going to come over here to our pan, And to our pan, I'm going to add oil. I'm going to just take our beef. I'm going to, once again, we're going to check to see if the pan is hot. All right. Oh, you hear that sizzle? That's what we want to hear. Don't add anything to your pan unless the pan is very hot. All right? So as you can see, safety at all times in the kitchen. Pan handle turned into the stove, so you don't walk by and accidentally knock into the pan and knock it off the stove. Very, very important. Okay, so as you can see what I'm doing, I'm chopping the ground beef up. This is about 1 pound, a pound and a quarter. We're going to let that cook. And as you see on the stove, I also have green beans that are cooking. I'm going to do a cooking process called blanching that we've gone over before. And what you know what blanching is? It's pre-cooking. Very good. So this is done. It is properly blanched. I'm going to just take the green beans off from the steamer basket. Turn the fire off. Very, very important. When you're finished, safety at all times. As you can see, I'm wearing an oven mitt, protecting my hands, making sure that I don't get burned in the process. All right, take that off very carefully. You see all that steam? We don't want the steam hitting you in the face. Nothing worse than a steam burn. We're going to come over here to the sink area. I'm going to stop the cooking process with cold water. Okay, stop that cooking process, because if you don't stop that cooking process, it's going to continue cooking and your green beans are going to turn into mush or a very soft consistency. All right, that takes care of our green beans, and I will chop that up and I will put it into the sloppy joes. Once again, increasing the nutrient density of our food. It goes with planning and execution and thinking ahead. What can you do ahead of time to make this dish or entree go that much faster? All right, our objective for this lesson is increasing the nutrient density of our food, putting into our bodies food that is healthy, tasty, and good for ourselves. Okay, so here we go, coming back over to our recipe. It is cooking. Okay, so we have cooked off our ground beef, and as you can see, okay, you have a lot of the fat and the grease in the ground beef. So what we're going to do is we're going to drain the ground beef. All right. Then I'm going to put the pan back onto the stove. We're going to add some olive oil to our pan. Pan is nice and hot. So we can continue our cooking. We're going to add our onions. We're going to add our red bell peppers. We're going to add our garlic. Very, very simple. This is just steps. This is reading a recipe. We're going to saute, once again a French term, okay, cooking in a sauteed pan, okay. All right, combine. Going to add my mushrooms. All right, stir that around. Here we go. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. We're going to finish off the sloppy joes. As you can see, the beautiful color from our red bell peppers, our mushrooms, our onions. Okay, we're going to present to you the final stages of the recipe. This is the brown sugar and the steak seasoning, as I mentioned to you before. Here goes our tomato sauce that we're going to use. Okay, I bet you were asking yourself, when is Chef Richter going to add his seasoning? And here we go. Here goes our seasoning, our flavor, our sauce, our salsa. And here is tomato paste, and that's going to thicken up. Make it, spread it out. Make it also nice. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of red wine vinegar because we're going to add our acid. There we go, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. We're going to add our Worcestershire sauce. One tablespoon, put that in. Oh, is that beautiful, huh? Okay, yes. Wonderful dish to make for your family. Okay. Okay, come on. Okay, here we go. Tomato paste, tomato sauce, mix. Mixing very, very important. It's very, very important. You want to make sure that you are mixing all of your ingredients together. Okay, as you can see, everything is nicely distributed throughout. Next, we're going to add our delicious ground beef. Okay, once again, hold the pan handle. Safety, security. Make everything look so happy, happy. All right, we're going to let this cook for a few minutes. Blend all the flavors together. And in the meantime, while that cooks for an additional few minutes, let's do our exit ticket. So today, ladies and gentlemen, our cooking method is cooking and nutrition. And we have learned today how to take a recipe and include additional nutrients into the food that we're making. And that comes with planning and execution, thinking ahead, and making sure that you have all of your cooking processes down, complete. We went over blanching once again. Blanching is a method where we're pre-cooking our vegetables so we can make the vegetables at a later time in the cooking process. And if you should have any questions about cooking and nutrition, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Enjoy your evening. Take care. Bye.